the meaning of business ethics? What are the basic ways, approaches to understanding business ethics? Just listen. First of all, business ethics is ethics in business. This means that we focus on why and how we should apply ethical norms in the business. Here, we focus on economic advantages of introducing ethical solutions in companies. For instance, it can be the trust of customers and other practical gains like the company's image. We focus also on ways and methods as to how to introduce these mechanisms. Moreover, we try to figure out what is the place of ethics in our activities. A second understanding of business ethics is business ethics as a social movement. The social movement towards rights of stakeholders and rights of the environment. According to this approach, the organization should take its part and protect these rights. We find a focus here on rules and laws and other methods which allow a company to implement business codes of ethics based on such principles in business practice. Do we respect the rights of employees regarding their religious, sexual, and ethical identity? The third approach refers to business ethics as a part of ethics. In other words, we understand here business ethics as ethics applied to business situations. We evaluate different activities which are within the business activities from the ethical point of view. So, we may ask if moving part of the labor to low-cost countries is ethical, or whether it is ethical to allowing one part of supply chain to be performed by children or in countries which cause pollution. Finally, you can understand the business ethics as ethics of economics or meta-economics. So we do not deal with ethics as part of actual economic activity, the economy, but with ethics within economics. Here we view the assumptions and foundations of economics from an ethical perspective. So we may ask if the distribution of resources based on efficiency is ethical, as is assumed in Pareto's model. We may ask on which foundations we build our concept of value in economics. It only seems as if economics is value-free. In fact, choosing efficiency as a criterion for comparing two solutions and eventually deciding that one which is more efficient, more productive, is more optimal, we treat efficiency as a good criterion, excluding others. Which another criterion could you take? Doing so, we often treat the so-called production factors, labor, capital, nature, equally, whereas labor really involves human beings and nature, the capacity of the earth to survive, and so allows the economy to exist at all. You see that by putting them together in a production function on equal terms, we risk making a conclusion that investing in capital pays off much more than investing in people and in nature. This, of course, does not necessarily mean that we should do as the theory says, but the real world forgets about it easily. Financialization of the economy, it means the rapid rise of the financial sector over the real one, a result. Wouldn't it be better to solve this problem earlier during the construction of the economic theory? Expecting that people will take the theory only as a theory which works under given assumptions failed. Besides, these assumptions can't really work in a democratic society. As soon as capital, labor, and nature are recognized to be different factors, their employment or disemployment in the production process has enormous consequences for the whole social system. There are still some people treating these economic laws as natural laws and building such systems as neoliberalism based on them, whereas economics is social science and not a physical one. If you are interested in this topic, you may look at this book, Ethics and Economic Theory. In summary, we have four ways of understanding business ethics as ethics in business, a social movement which considers the role of stakeholders. 3. A part of ethics, the ethical view of economic activity. And 4. As ethics of economics or meta-economics, ethical view on assumptions. All four ways show us different methods to make our economic world more ethical. Firstly, showing economic advantages of being ethical. Secondly, raising social expectations towards companies. Thirdly, discussing ethical aspects of economic activity. And fourthly, progressing towards economic theory, which considers the social and ecological context of economic activity.